Hello, loves. This is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com back again with Chronic Wellness. For those of you who are listening to this and not watching, I am talking to you today with a mask on, and I am also exceedingly weary. 3 days ago now, I received my 4th vaccine. I am, as many of you perhaps are as well, in the category of folks entitled to get another dose of vaccine based on the category of being severely immunosuppressed and or immunocompromised. And so I just want to walk through that for a moment. I am on a medication, as I've spoken here before, called Rituxan. And Rituxan is a category of chemotherapy agents. And the way Rituxan works for me is that I have a number of autoimmune diseases. So my body is fighting myself. And Rituxan attacks a particular part of my B cells, specifically CD20 on the B cells, eliminates it, and also eradicates other B cells in my body. And so effectively, it's keeping B cells from maturing, and it's also eliminating a number of B cells. As you may know, B cells, which are an important part of the immune system, are the way that vaccines start to replicate the antibodies in your body, so that if you were to be exposed to COVID or whatever the vaccine is for, you would mount a response. So there are now numerous studies showing that patients who take Rituxan and get the vaccine isn't working. One of the articles I read this weekend even said that it is statistically insignificant for people to receive the vaccine who are on Rituxan, which is really disheartening to feel like I've taken 4 doses of a vaccine that aren't helping me at all in prophylaxis against this virus. And as I've talked about here, one of my autoimmune diseases has attacked my lungs to the point that I have about 20% of my lung function by volume, by diffusing capacity, by a variety of measures. And so that means that I am highly susceptible to this virus in a number of ways that are really scary to me. And last week, my state, as all of yours have, dropped indoor mask requirements. I understand that we're tired. We're so tired of this pandemic. And I am not just wearing this mask for show or to make a statement, although perhaps that would be okay too here on my YouTube channel. I'm wearing it because my nephew, who is living with us, was recently exposed to a coworker who was sick, and as is often the case, I can get sick even when no one else in my household is. And so because he knew that he was exposed to a coworker who was sick, we're masking inside my house for the next few days to try to see if I can keep from getting sick. I'm so disheartened, having just gone out into the world a tiny bit since we dropped the mask requirement. Essentially, to go to a doctor's appointment where masks are still required, to go to the pharmacy to get my COVID shot, and it seems like there was one other errand. And where masks were not required, most people weren't wearing them. And I think about those signs that shop owners used to have in the 80s that said no shirt, no shoes, no service. And we're all wearing shirts and shoes. What's one more piece of cloth? I mean, I don't imagine that there is a single person whose life is not touched by someone like me who's immune suppressed and compromised, by a child who has cancer, by an aunt who's on dialysis, by a family member who's elderly and more susceptible. And if you putting a surgical mask or a piece of cloth, which we have proven time and again is a safe and effective way to radically reduce the way we transmit this virus, can keep us safe. What a generous, easy, loving thing to do. And in this world where it seems like we're about to start World War III, where we're left wondering, what can I do? Many of us are thinking, how can I help? How can I be of service? How can I make change? I'm going to tell you this is one of those ways. You can wear a mask and you can encourage your other friends who are healthy and for whom masking is a choice to do the same. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you have not liked or subscribed, if you have not rated me on platforms where you listen to podcasts, please do so. And until we're together again, be well.